Greetings, everyone. It is Sunday morning, and we're doing Facebook Live. We're going to be getting underway just shortly, and is keeping with our Sunday traditions. I always like to play a little music while people are coming on. Today, we're going to be discussing meditation, energy awareness, and meditation. And for those of you who have had challenges with meditation, as a lot of people have, I'm going to show you some really cool stuff today. So let me set the tone here. Welcome, everybody. We're just about to get started here on our Facebook Live. Today's topic is the easy way to learn meditation. Appreciate you being with me on this Passover and Easter holiday. So let's get music for us to get started with this morning. I know a lot of people may be gone because it's a holiday, but I'm just going to do at least a shorter version of my Sunday morning Facebook Lives. Christina, glad you're here with me. Thank you. So before I begin, it's interesting. I just want to be able to recognize, we got more people coming on. Michael, hey, welcome. Jihad, yeah, great to have you. And Stat has joined me. Great. Welcome, you guys. So today we're going to be talking about meditation. And that's a whole big subject for people. And most people who try to do it don't do it successfully. And there's a lot of different types of meditations out there. We're going to address this, and I'm going to give you some really cool tools from an energetic perspective on how to make it easy, how to make meditation easy. And if you're doing a specific technique, those of you who are meditators, great, keep doing your technique. I hope it's working for you. I'm going to be addressing the broadcast today to the people who have problems and challenges and have tried to meditate and just can't seem to get it going, and just have enormous resistance. It took me about 7 or 8 times from having the intention to learn meditation to actually being able to do it on a daily basis to be able to get through it. And today I'm going to be presenting the wider aspect of meditation, its benefits, and what the challenges are from an energetic point of view of why there's so much resistance and why it's so difficult for people to meditate. So we'll be talking about that here in just a couple of minutes. I just want to do a shout out again to everybody who's come on board. Hey, Tyler, welcome. Glad you're here. If everybody who are coming on would just say hi in the chat box, that would help me get this out to more people. So if you come on, give me a shout out on the chat. Tell me where you're from, how you're doing today. I'd appreciate it. I'd love to hear from each and every one of you as more people are coming on. broadcasts locally and around the world. Okay, so this day is a combination, is the second day of Passover, and it's Easter Sunday. And for a lot of people, it has a great meaning to them. If you celebrate Passover, or if you celebrate Easter, as most people do, and that comes in from a religious context. And we don't talk about religion here, and energy awareness training, which is what I teach, it doesn't have anything to do with religion. It has to do with energy. But what's interesting is that there are significant parallels sometimes between religious observance and holidays, and there's great energetic significance in them. And that's what I want to mention here before we could get going on the meditation. We have the concept of Passover. Now, let me just preface this by saying, those of you who are new to the broadcast, you're friends of mine, but I teach a training called Energy Awareness Training, and it's a complete method that identifies how the hidden energy patterns inside us work. And it's the greatest formula method that I've seen to be able to make rapid and personal change away from what we don't want and into what we do want. So, like many of you, I grew up with a lot of challenges, don't we all? Anxiety, stress, worry, self-doubt, and all of these things internal that no one wants to talk about. No one wants to talk about it. Everybody, we have our public face. How you doing? Everything's fine. How you doing? Doing great. How's everything? All's well. And yet inside, we have our private face, or our private self, which has to deal with the cobweb of feelings and emotions and memories that are just circulating inside us as we try to have good lives, as we try to move forward and be happy and create positive and good things in our life. We all know that this stuff is swimming inside us, and to the degree that you're aware of it, and the degree that you know what to do about it, is the degree of your happiness. So, in energy awareness training, what we do is we give you a system and tools to be able to deal with all the energetic aspects of life, and just the reality of living in this planet is you're dealing with energy, because everything that we're dealing with here in the world is energy. Human beings, the things we can see, the things we can't see. Jobs are energy, relationships are energy, money and careers are energy. And when you recognize that there's a whole hidden layer below what we observe as reality, you can open up a greater perspective, an awareness, and a knowledge that you can translate into a happier life. Because when you're energetically aware, you learn how to see the hidden energies that affect us all. And all of these things that are affecting us are hidden energies. They don't come to us with a sign saying, "Hi, I'm a hidden energy and I'm affecting you today." No, they're swirling around inside. And we're going to be talking about that today in the meditation. But one of the cool lessons that, hey, TJ, welcome. Glad you're here. And welcome a couple more people as we're coming on the broadcast here. Rebecca, glad you're here also. Go ahead and say hi in the chat if you would, and just do a shout out. I'd appreciate it. That helps me bring out this information for more people. Okay, so in energy awareness training, we're about recognizing the hidden influences that affect us. Now, people say, hidden influences, what are you talking about? Well, here's the thing. If you have behaviors that you're doing that you shouldn't be doing, or if you made a decision to go one way and you find yourself going the opposite way, or you say you want to be healthy and you participate in unhealthy things, then you've got a tug of war. And this is what I call the hidden energies going on inside us. There's a part of us that wants to be our best, that wants to grow and learn and evolve and be happy and move into what I call the light. But there's a part of us that doesn't want to do that. There's a part of us that blocks that tries to interfere with that creates self-sabotage, that creates a different direction. So much of living in the human experience is dealing with these conflicting energies and these conflicting thoughts. Just for an example, when people ask me, is it important to learn the hidden energies and how do they work? And here's an example. It's nighttime, and you're tired, your body's tired and it wants to go to sleep. But there's a voice inside you that says, no, let me watch this movie. Let me finish watching this movie, or let me just check email, or you can feel the one energy pulling you to, hey, let's shut it down. Let's go to sleep. Let's retire. And there's another energy inside you that goes, no, I want to stay awake. No, I'm going to put it off for a little while. So you've got that internal tug of war. You've got dueling energies, dueling motivations. You can call energy our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and motivations, the energy or the force that pulls us in one way or the other. So you have that when you go to bed. You've all experienced that. Now, here's the irony. When you wake up in the morning, right, and it's time to get up, that same force is going, oh, I don't want to get up. 10 more minutes. There's a force that says, no, you got to get up. You got to get up. No, I want to stay there. So what do you have? You have these dual feelings, dual motivations. And that's clearly, we've all experienced that, but that's what happens to us in our lives. We have one part of us that wants to go one way, and we have another part of us that wants to go another. Excuse me. And there are parts of us, how these hidden energy works are fascinating, because, let me have a drink of water here, sorry about that. It's so fascinating because you can almost watch it. It's almost a separate process or a separate entity taking place. So, we're going to do a couple exercises here in a couple of minutes, and you're going to be able to see that there's a force that you don't necessarily control or have control over it that's trying to fit an agenda to you. Trying to get you to move in a certain direction. And when it's the direction that's good for us, that's great. But if it's a direction that's not good for us, it's not great. So we're constantly having to negotiate and deal with energy every day that we're alive, and our thoughts, feelings, emotions, internally as well as externally. Because when we're talking about energy, no matter what it is, it applies. Business, career, health, sports, the arts, you name it, you're dealing with energy and the energetic forces. Now, this energy has a power, it has a purpose, it has a frequency, it has a direction, and it gives off information. Now, if you're able to read how the energy works, and this is what I teach you in energy awareness training, to be able to understand and read the hidden energies when someone's talking, when you're meeting someone. Would that be important to have? Hey, you're meeting someone for the first time, or you're hiring an employee, or you're dating a prospective, boy or girlfriend. Wouldn't it be advantage to you to be able to see all the stuff that they're not telling you? All the things that are going on, where you can kind of gauge what direction it's going to go to. And when you commit to learning energy awareness training, you're able to see hidden energies and which way they're going. Even though somebody's, you're having a normal conversation, you're able to spot that. It's like, you guys remember, I know when we were kids, they used to have this show called Sherlock Holmes with Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce. They'd show on Saturday nights. I used to watch them when I was a kid. And Holmes would be able to see something, know something, and Dr. Watson would go, "You amaze me, Holmes. How did you know that?" And Holmes would get, "Simple. I saw this, I saw this, I saw that, I like that." And he was able to see things that other people couldn't see, which meant that he was able to do things other people can't do. He was able to take advantage of situations, or be able to create value or see the value in a situation, or see the danger in a situation also. And that's what I'm talking about with the ability to be energetically aware, the ability to see and recognize how these energies that are all around us, not around us, but internally, how they work also. Okay, so energy awareness training, and what I teach is that method, that training about how to be able to clear all the low vibration energies, what I call the negative stuff, the stuff we don't want, how to get it out, and how to increase the high vibration energies that we do want, the stuff that makes us feel good, the stuff that makes us achieve. And there are energetic laws that pertain to how these energies work. They don't work in a vacuum. They have a clear power, purpose, frequency, direction, and they give you specific information. So that's the foundation, the core of what I want to mention today before we get started. Actually, we have got started, so let's go into it. Just want to mention about the holidays. There's a great metaphor. You know, some people are religious or observant, some people aren't. But there's always lessons, and that's one of the things that's important in studying energy awareness training, which is you're able to take the energy lesson away from whatever the religious or the spiritual event or the spiritual connotation is. So for example, in Passover, you may know the story of the Israelites were in bondage to the Egyptians. They were slaves. They were being held against their will. They were horribly abused. And they put up with it with a lot of years. So the story goes that Moses made a connection with God and started the process to move them out, the exodus, to move them out of Egypt into the promised land. Okay, now those maybe historical events, we think so, but they're also powerful metaphorical events, because Egypt, the concept of Egypt, is a place where something has power over us. We're having to deal with something that's not pleasant, or we're in Egypt, but we want to be in the promised land. And that's a metaphor for every human being. Every human being has their own Egypt, something that's keeping them in bondage. Could be a relationship, could be a job, could be a mental pattern, could be anything. But that's what we call the Egypt in our lives. And what we want to do, especially with energy awareness training, is identify what's our Egypt, what's our limitation, what are our blockages, what are the directions in our life that we don't like, but we're putting up with because someday it's going to change, right? Well, it changes when you change it, and it's all about the two ways that I describe, which you may have heard of, which is being proactive or being reactive, proactive or reactive. So in that story of the Passover, the concept is that the Israelites were about to leave Egypt a particular night, and the Egyptians didn't want to let them go. So there were a lot of plagues and a lot of stuff that was going back and forth to try to persuade the Egyptians to let the Israelites go. So the big thing that happened was the firstborn males for the Egyptians were going to be slain, and by this angel. And the promise between Moses and God says, well, if you put the blood of the lamb on your doorpost, then you're going to protect yourself from the angel of death. So that's what they did. And as a result of that, the carnage was so intense for Egypt, the pressure was so great, the Egyptians let them go. And that's kind of like a connotation for us. You know, we don't change until the pain is so excruciating that we can't take it anymore. And we go, okay, I got it. And especially when you talk about things like recovery, people who have addictions, and that's kind of like what we're talking about here with Egypt, the addiction, not necessarily to alcohol or drugs, but maybe an addiction to comfort, an addiction to things staying the same, an addiction to not wanting to leave your comfort zone, an addiction to playing it safe in life, and knowing that if you went for your goals or the dreams that you want, you might not get them, so you don't want to be disappointed, so you don't go for them. That's another way of looking at the quote, Egypt being Egypt. I have a friend of mine, his dream is to play music, and he's a really talented guy, and the world would embrace his music, but he's shy, and he doesn't, he's shy about playing out in front of people, and he's got a thing with that. Okay, so that could be his Egypt. It could be the thing, maybe you want to get in shape, for example, and you don't want to join the gym because you don't want people to see you, or, whatever it is. We all have that particular thing that stops us, and that we knew if we got on the other side of it, it could free us. So these concepts of bondage and slavery are really applicable to energetic awareness. And all of us as human beings trying to overcome bad habits, trying to overcome outdated attitudes or beliefs about ourselves or about what's possible, etc. So in energy awareness training, what we do is we teach you how the energetic worlds work, and then teach you how to use the energy to protect you. Because this concept of the angel of death or the angel of negativity, what it is, it's a force that visits everybody every day. Nobody's immune to it on planet Earth. This energy that I call it, which I call it low vibration energy or low frequency energy, which causes anxiety, stress, worry, doubt, fear, all the stuff that we don't want comes to visit us, just like that angel did every single day. Now, if you don't know how to deal with that, and I didn't know how to deal with that for years, I'd wake up in the morning and I'd be awake for 3 seconds, and then the negativity would start hitting me. Oh, what about this? What if this doesn't happen? What if everything turns bad? I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this thing that's in my head? These thoughts. You want to talk about demonstrating how the energies work? That's probably the best demonstration of how these hidden energies work. And sometimes they're not so hidden. They're energies that try to manipulate your thoughts into negativity, into despair, into all the stuff that we don't want. So it takes a force to be able to move through that, and a lot of us, in the morning we get plagued with a lot of negative thoughts, and there's a part of us that doesn't want to go get out of bed and deal with, I got to go deal with my day. But there's another part of you that says, if you don't get out of bed and get to work, you're not going to have a job and you're not going to be able to eat. So the fear of not eating and not having a job is bigger than the fear of getting up. So we go ahead and do that. But it works in so many different ways in our lives of how things work. So with that example of the Passover, when you're energetically aware and you're energetically skilled, when you learn how your energy works, and you learn how to dissolve the energy that you don't want, you learn to increase and expand the energy you do want, you're able to overcome the stuff that people are dealing with, the anxiety, the stress, the worry, the stuff that people are taking drugs and taking meds for drugs to try to get over. So this is a holistic way and a natural way of learning how to be happy all the time, learning how to be peaceful all the time, learning how to be proactive no matter what's going on. And that's the gift of energy awareness training, to be able to stay in a high vibration energy no matter what. And that's the key, no matter what. Because all of us in the process of life get hit with stuff. Life's constantly changing. We're energetic beings. Energy is constantly moving, growing, expanding. It's on the move. And we are energetic, sending and receiving beings. We're sending our energy out, and we're receiving our energy out. And one of the things that I teach is that life doesn't come to us, it comes from us. Your life doesn't come to you, it comes from you. And that's a big paradigm shift to what we're used to. What we're used to is, what's going to happen today? ugh, what's life going to do to me today? It's like we're this helpless victims, but we're not if you're energetically aware. If you're not energetically aware, then you're going to have a rough time, and as all of us have. And that's why I do this work, because so many of you are dealing with, tormenting thoughts or feelings or emotions, or you may be going through something right now in your personal life with a relative, or maybe a health challenge or money challenge or something, and it doesn't feel good, and you don't like it. You don't know what to do about it. So this energy is continuing to haunt you or harass you. Well, today, I'm going to show you, give you a snapshot of what we teach in energy awareness training called energy awareness meditation. Energy awareness meditation. And the road to that is having, first of all, understanding the concept of meditation. Why would somebody want to meditate? Why would somebody want to get quiet and think of nothing for 15 or 20 minutes a day? Somebody has to explain that to us. Well, it's a simple explanation. When you do that, when you're able to bring your body at peace, you increase your health, you increase your mental and your mental consciousness, you increase your immune system, and you're able to create an energy that can ward off and protect you from stress. So when stress comes your way, as it comes our way every day in some capacity, you're able to have a buffer. You're able to have something that can intercept that stress before it gets to you. Now, that's what we all want. So the ability to have a quiet mind is the key factor in meditation. Quiet mind. What does that mean? Well, when we have anxiety and stress and worry or fear, what's happening is that there are thoughts that are appearing in our head. Nobody consciously says, okay, I'm gonna think an anxiety thought right now, or I'm gonna put myself in fear right now, or stress or worry. Nobody does that consciously, right? You want to know how the energies work? There's an energy that does it for you. It does it for you. You don't have to do that. If you just sit for a while, you have so many thoughts running through your head. They estimate roughly from 40 to 50,000 thoughts going through our head a day, just like a bingo ball. Boop, 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 thought, 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 boop, 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 thought, thought. And at least half of these thoughts are what I call low vibration energy. Now, understand this. Let me give you a couple of key facts. Our bodies and our consciousness is in either one of two things every day. We are either in happiness, in joy, at peace, and we have peace inside our hearts, our minds. We're in tranquility. We're in just feeling good, feeling aligned, happy, positive, joyful, or we're in fear and doubt and stress. It's one of the two things. You can either say love or fear, whichever one. Now, let's define that. Fear is when there's a motor running inside you going, oh, I hope this doesn't happen. Oh, that doesn't happen. Oh. And you might not even verbalize it, but you're thinking and I know the state well because I used to be in it. You're in a situation and you can feel the internal anxiety, just feeling not right, feeling maybe threatened or not feeling safe, or feeling that people may judge you, or just it's that anxiety and stress going on like this. Now, what do most people do when they get anxiety and stress? They try to use a thought to go, okay, I'm feeling anxiety and stress, but I'm calm, feeling calm. I'm calm, I'm happy. And the thought process inside you, which is independent of you, right? If you learn one thing from this class today, understand that you have thought processes that operate independently of you. In other words, there are thoughts coming in your head that you wouldn't choose to have, but they come anyway. You have emotions that surface from maybe past hurts or memories or traumas that came up. You don't choose to bring that up. There's something or some force that brings them up, and you have to deal with it. What is that force? It's the force that I call the low vibration energy, the part of our consciousness that wants to pull us down, wants to pull us, keep us away from high vibrational energy, and wants to pull us down. So if you're new to my broadcasts, and I'm talking about the hidden energies, I put them in the one of two categories. The high vibration energy, which is the tranquil, feeling good, feeling at peace, or the low vibration energy, which operates through fear, anxiety, stress, etc. Okay, these two energies. Now, why meditation is so powerful and important is because below this reality of thought, thinking, busyness is a place of peace, of tranquility, of bliss. And this operates from the high vibrational energy. Okay, so when you're in high vibrational energy or high frequency energy, you're operating from a place of peace, of bliss, of joy, of happiness. But why is it that we get taken out by this guy? This guy takes us and wants to pull us out. You know, you ever had a time when you're feeling great and everything's going good, and all of a sudden you get a thought of, oh, did I pay that bill? Or did I leave the front door open? Or where's my wallet? Oh God, I hope I didn't leave it. You know, and all of a sudden that throws us right into that low vibration energy of worry, of panic, of stress, of like this. Now, meditation pulls you out of that chaos, that the chaos place, and moves you into high vibrational energy. Now, if you remember in my earlier classes, I taught you the basic purpose of that high vibrational energy is here to help us grow, to evolve, to recover from whatever we've been through in life. And all of us have been through a lot. We want to recover from that and to heal ourselves so that we can enjoy life to its fullest. So we can, what I call, reveal our full potential self. That's the purpose of being in the high vibrational energies. The low vibrational energies want to block that. They want to resist that. They want to keep you out of a high vibration energy frequency. How do they do that? By creating chaos, distraction, disruption, separation, or some kind of procrastination. So you ever notice everything's going good, and then when you get thrown into chaos, things aren't working the way I thought they should. Now you're out of the high vibrational energy and you shift it over to low. You know, everything's going great. You know, it's a beautiful day. And then something says, yeah, but it's that thought. And you don't choose that thought. It just appears. You ever notice you didn't choose that thought? Oh, what about this? Oh, and so many of these thoughts have an energy attached to them. And the result is they put you into panic and worry. Where are my car keys? Oh, shoot. What time is it? I was supposed to be there an hour ago. Can you hear it in my voice and in my body? Stress. Now, that low vibration energy here is constricted. It wants to bring you down. It wants to eliminate the happiness, joy, and peace and replace it with anxiety, fear, and worry. Okay, so I chose the name energy awareness training because so much of this is being aware of how your energy works, how your thoughts work. You know, this is revolutionary stuff I'm teaching you, but you know, it's been a truth for many spiritual seekers or philosophers, you know, for hundreds of years. They just never explained it the way I've explained it. But we've all had to deal with these kind of things. Every human being's had to deal with stuff since the beginning of time. But now there are two recognized tools and trainings that can eliminate all that junk, what I call the low vibration energy, and it keep us happy, joyous, and free. That's what we want. All right. Well, why don't we stay that way? Why can't I just meditate once and just feel great and that's the way it is happily ever after? It's the same thing like taking a shower. You take a shower, and I've been taking a lot of cold showers. Somebody, friend of mine who's following this guy who likes to swim in Arctic water with just swimming trunks on. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. The power of cold water. Been taking cold showers, man. It's fantastic. But what does that do? It cleans you. It cleans your body. Well, here's the thing. No one ever told you, but it's very well known in the Oriental and Asian medicine that we have a physical body and we have an energetic body. A physical that you can see, that you can touch, and we have an energetic body. You can't see it, you can't touch it, but you can sure feel it. So when you go through any kind of upsetting emotions or any difficult times, that energy body starts to hold on to low vibration energy, anxiety, worry, stress thoughts. You know, all of us had mothers, and what do mothers love to do? They love to worry. Oh, what if this happens? Oh, I hope he's okay. Where can he be this time of night? Oh, I hope it works out. Oh, I hope he didn't get into a gut. You know, what's that? That is using your imagination and your visualization powers for what you don't want, for the low vibration energy. So when you're attuned to that thought creates energy. Okay, thought creates energy. That energy creates a feeling inside you. Oh, where can he be? I don't know. He's outside. Okay, what's that emotion? Worry, fear, thinking about the worst thing that can happen, and that fear creates the emotion of and that emotion creates a behavior. Now, remember I said we're either in love or fear. Well, what energy is that? It's fear. And what does that fear do? That fear, that energy of those thoughts create chemicals inside us, activate chemicals inside us that put us into a fear place where it's called fight or flight. It's like when you see a bear out there or a lion and you go, I better get out of here or else nothing good's going to happen. Your body's going to say, hey, I'm running the show now, and we're either going to run from the bear, fight the bear, freeze, fight, flight, or freeze. And that puts your whole body in a state of adrenaline and cortisol, not good for you at all. So if you're not energetically aware, you fail to recognize that we go through this every single day, and energy builds up. If you don't clean it, just like dirt, it builds up. Now, our natural state is the high vibrational energy, because when you're in the high vibrational energy is flowing, energy is moving. You're feeling good. Things are going on. So when you're healthy mentally and physically and in your spirit, things are moving. Things are happening. You're doing stuff, right? However, when you get into the low vibration energy, things aren't moving. Things aren't going the way you want them to, or this thing should have happened, or that. You notice the difference in physiology? The high vibration energy, open, free, joyous, happy, strong. The low vibration energy, worried, angry, fearful, doubtful, like that. Now, everybody runs through these phases every single day in just living life, because there are things coming at us all the time. The power of meditation, at least energy awareness meditation, is the ability to put ourselves to, first of all, to let go, to release, to disconnect that low vibration energy from us. People say, can you really do that? Absolutely. Can you really disconnect? Can you stop the negative thoughts? Absolutely. Can you stop the negative memories? Absolutely. You can do that. Now, you can start the process. It doesn't happen, overnight. It happens over that's why I call it training. You train yourself to be able to deal with the energies. I can teach you how they work and the methods for that, but in order to master that, it takes time and it takes training. And that's what we do here with energetic training, either in my one-on-one personal coaching or on my online classes or on my online videos. I teach you how that process works. It doesn't take long, and you can start getting results instantly. In fact, you guys are going to get some results instantly right now, from the benefits of this class. So I need to make that foundation so you have the energies that want to assist us in being happy, and you have the energies that want to take that away. All right. Now, when we meditation is the ability to tap into that high vibrational energy. Okay. The high vibrational energy, all the good stuff it starts to come when you're able to move out of what I call third dimensional consciousness. The world that we live in here, what we can see, what we can taste, what we can feel, what we can hear, etc., and move into a place of quiet. And in that place of quiet, something happens to our brain. In fact, the latest research comes out, which is absolutely astounding, that they can measure the brain, what happens when you go into meditation. It moves out of the part of the brain, the amygdala, the front of the brain, where we're like, oh, what's going to happen here? And it moves us to another part where we can experience peace, where we can experience bliss. Now, you may have seen some of the research that they've done with Buddhist monks who meditate, 4 or 5 hours a day or more, and their brains are extraordinary. They're calm, they're peaceful, and they still deal with challenges, but they're able to do that from a peaceful, proactive, in alignment place. And that's what we do here in our energy awareness meditations. So the paradigm is, for you guys who are new to meditation, is the ability to touch that place, to go to that place of quiet, where we can quiet our mind so that we can connect to, we can receive and accept the high vibrational energies that want to help us, want to guide us, want to lead us, want to protect us, at least want to increase our health. Okay, everybody with me so far on this explanation? I'm going to just do a little check-in with you guys. Ivor, you made it. Great. Glad you're here. All right. Scott, hey, glad you're here too. You guys would just do a shout out. I'd appreciate it. Dante's with us. Ricardo, hey, Ricardo. Gus, Ulysses, glad you're with us. Hope if this is making sense, please give me a attaboy. If you have questions or you don't agree with me, write it down. It's all good. Actually, the funny thing that I want to mention to you is I'm not talking about belief. See, this has nothing to do with believing a certain way. I'm just going to ask for your own experience. And that's what energy awareness training is. It's your own experience of how your energy works. And what is our energy? Our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our behaviors, our the directions that are influencing us. All of these things internally are the same things that are taking place externally as well. Is there stress out in the world? Is there anxiety out in the world? Is there confusion? Is there disruption? Of course there is. So you're dealing with energy every day you live your life, whether you know it or not. And you're dealing with this energy externally in the world that you're dealing with, the people and the places and the activities that you're doing, as well as internally in the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that you're dealing with. And this is a constant stream of life. Things are constantly moving, and that's important in the energetic laws that I teach, to understand that our growth isn't linear. Our personal and energetic growth comes. Some people may call it recovery. Okay, let's call it recovery, or let's call it the healing process. These are different terms that we use as we awaken to our energies and want to clean out all the issues and the past that has an influence on us and create a new story for ourselves. I'm going to be talking about that tonight. I'm going to do another Facebook Live at about 7:30 here. I'm going to be talking about your story, and is it helping you or is it hurting you? Your past, what you've been through, what you think about. Does it empower you to live a great life, or does it make you feel like a victim sometimes and pull you down? Probably a combination of both. We'll be talking about that later on tonight. But let's get here with what we're talking about. So meditation is the ability to move into this place of high vibration energy and of peace. Now, when I first started learning meditation, I close my eyes, and they say, close your eyes and just don't think of anything and just be there. Okay, don't think of anything. That lasts for about 10 seconds before the thought goes, what am I doing? What are you doing? Don't you have anything else to do? Look, it's Sunday. Shouldn't you be outside? Thought. And pretty soon it's like you got so many thoughts, it's like you're being bombarded. It's like you're being thought bombed. And what does that thought bomb do? It takes you out of the high vibration energy. It takes you out of feeling good. It takes you out of this place where you're receiving all the benefits and the energy of high vibration energy, and it wants to pull you back into chaos, into stress, into disruption. Okay, so the low vibration energy thoughts are, you can say, is there low vibration energy? You better believe it. You want a demonstration of it? Well, I'll give it to you here in a second. As you start to awake and understand how the energies work in your head. These energies, their job is to cause distraction, disruption, chaos. So if you have somebody in your life outside of you, maybe somebody you work with or a family member that's always causing you chaos, disruption, distraction, you're going to say, hey, stay away from me. Or you're going to stay away from them because that's not what you want. It pulls you into a place that you don't want. The high vibration energy pushes you into a place that you do want. Peace of mind, tranquility, bliss, happiness, without being pulled up, without being in a tug of war. I'm happy. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. To be able to quiet down that, what I call the monkey mind or the ego mind, whose job is to create distraction. All right. Now let's have an experience of this. Let me read the comments here. Take a moment here. Alex, welcome. Glad you're here. If you guys would just do a shout out, I appreciate that. It helps me get the broadcast out to more people. Everybody who come on, just say hi or make a comment or anything. Appreciate that. All right. So everybody, let's have an example of this. Okay. So this is what I did the first time I tried to learn meditation. Okay. So they said, okay, sit up in your chair. Okay, relax your shoulders, put your head up, and close your eyes. Okay, so everybody sit up, if you would, and join me in the exercise. Sit up, close your eyes. Okay, and don't think of anything. Just be there, be still, and don't think of anything. I'll give you, well, let's do 10 seconds of this. Okay, here we go. Okay, what's happening? What's happening to you when you do that? Is your mind quiet? Nay, I say, your mind isn't quiet. You got your eyes closed and you're trying to go into this place of tranquility, and the thoughts are going, what are you doing? How long is this going to take? I don't think I'm getting anything out of this. What are we going to do for brunch? Where are we going today? Yeah. You know, and you're sitting here listening to thought. And what do the thoughts want to do? The thoughts want you to engage. Gee, I don't know. What are we doing for brunch today? I don't know. Where are we going? I don't know. We're going to the movies tonight? I don't know. Maybe. There's no bliss there, right? There's only a mild anxiety, mild, I don't know, I'm thinking. So understand that when you experience emotional suffering in any way, anxiety, stress, worry, doubt, fear, all the big five, it's the thoughts that are taking place in your head that are trying to influence you. And what kind of thoughts are they, gang? Low vibration energy thoughts. And that purpose is to pull you out of your happiness, your bliss. Your purpose is to bring you into worry, doubt, fear. What are you going to do? And to keep you into your body operating out of fear and worry. Remember I said it's either love or fear, or happiness and fear. When you're walking around all day going, oh, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about that, I'm worried. Does your worrying about anything ever help one bit? Now, I'm not saying not to be concerned about stuff that you're dealing with. There's a difference between concern and worry. Okay, concern means, okay, I got, maybe you're going through something, maybe your relationship change, right? Or maybe a job change, or so. Okay, you're going through something, okay, and you're on top of it, you're dealing with it, and it's a concern. But you can be concerned and stay in high vibrational energy. The worry is, oh no, panic, frightened, what's going to happen? You notice the difference in my state? And that is a fear state. That is a fight or flight state that constantly is shooting low vibration energy chemicals to you, expecting that a bear is going to come in any minute or the sky is going to fall in. So you're like, oh, you've seen people like that. Maybe some of you are that yourself. Every day is oh, you're what's going to happen today? Oh, I hope this doesn't happen. Or you've got a constant thing you're worried about. What's the economy going to do? Gee, I hope they don't lay off people in my job. Or I got a pain in my elbow. I hope it ain't serious. And the worry is constant and never ending. It just drives us nuts. And can you imagine being in a relationship with someone who's got this going on? Oh, worried about this. I've been in plenty of relationships with gals who are like, worry. What's to worry? See, right here and right now, and that's what meditation does. It gets you right here, right now. No past, no future, just right here. And right here and right now, being fully present and aware, it's all good. Yeah, there's stuff you're dealing with, but you know what? Right here and right now, it's all good. So this place of being fully present in the now, in the present moment, can chop off the tentacles of the low vibration energy that's trying to go ooh, trying to scare you. So that's why when you meditate, you're able to be calm and be happier. And what is that? That's all high vibrational energy. So remember I told you the low vibration energy job is go, hey, my job is to stop that. My job is to get in the way, to interfere so they don't go into high vibrational energy. My job is to somehow create chaos and confusion and disruption and worry and doubt. And if I can do that, no way they're going to be able to meditate, right? Okay. So a lot of people do mantras. Okay, mantras is a good thing. What's a mantra? A mantra is simply a word that you focus on to keep your mind quiet while you try to continue moving into the meditative state. Okay, so some people, they say they have super mantras. Great, whatever your mantra is, if it works, great. You could use the word God, you could use the word Om, you could use the word love, whatever it is. It's not so much the word itself, although you definitely want a high vibration energy word. What it is the ability to keep focused on something while you're trying to quiet your mind. Okay, so that's a process. Here's what we do. What I teach people to do, and maybe some of you heard me in my previous broadcasts, is I change the location of the energy. So understand that anytime you're feeling any kind of low vibration energy, right? Any kind of worry, doubt, stress, fear, you've got a thought process in your mind that's feeding that energy. It's feeding it. And when we're in our heads, when we're operating from our heads, our energy is constricted. So let me just give you this analogy to make it very clear. When energy is flowing, we feel good. When energy is not flowing, when it's stuck, when it's constricted, when it's held back, we don't feel good. It's just, it's the law of circulation. You know, we know that when we have circulation in our body, when our blood is circulating healthily through our whole body, we're happy. We're in, at least we're healthy. I should say we're healthy. But if there's any part, God forbid, where it's not, where there's a blockage anywhere or something taking place, that's going to disrupt. Note that word, disrupt our energy. It's going to disrupt our health. It's the same thing with your energy. Your energy is meant to flow from head to toe. It's a flow. Hey, that rhymes. Flow from head to toe. Yeah. Now, when it's not flowing and when it's stuck energy is the breeding ground of low vibration energy. So when your energy is stuck, it's like the garden hose. You know, when we're playing with the hose when we're kids, just like that. Well, when there's a kink in the hose, the water isn't coming out. No matter how much you turn the faucet, there's a kink in the hose. You got to unkink the hose for the energy to come out. And that's the same thing that we do in energy awareness meditation. We unkink the hose, okay? And then we learn how to gradually move into a quiet mind deeper and deeper on a daily basis. So, you know, I'm not going to lie to you. Energy, you know, you don't learn how to meditate in one day. You learn the basics, but it's a process. You know, it's a training process, and you know, it's like playing the guitar, or you know, learning how to work out, or you know, or gardening, whatever it is. You learn the basics, and every day you get better and better and better and better. Every day is an opportunity for you to feel better about yourself, to have more peace of mind, to have more bliss in your life. It's available, but understand that there's a game being played by different parts of you. The part of you that wants to feel peace, and the part of you that doesn't want you to feel peace, that's trying to block you out of it. So that's the first part of awareness, being aware of how the energies work. Now, if you're a little clever, you can probably figure out that these conflicting energies don't just happen when I'm meditating. They happen in my whole life. They happen in the way that are the things I choose to do, the things I don't choose to do, the opportunities I have, the choices that I make. They're all being influenced by energy. So if you're aware of which energy is trying to influence you, and it's usually the low vibration energy is trying to get an influence in there to cause what? Chaos, disruption, distraction. When you're aware of that, you can see very clearly, it's like the fork in the road. Okay, one of them is low vibration energy and the other one's high vibration energy. Well, if you can't read the road signs, you're not going to know which road is which. And so many of the time, all of us have gone down the low vibration energy road thinking that it was the high vibration energy road. Okay, so energetic awareness is so vital in living life, and this is the missing key that we were never taught. And this is the basis of my work, to be able to get this consciousness, this awareness out about how our energies work, because this stress causes, you know, emotional suffering, anxiety, stress, worry, fear, doubt. It's all unnecessary. There's no reason why anybody, if they're energetically aware and have the tools and the training, should ever emotionally suffer again, because suffering is optional once you have these tools. That doesn't mean that you don't go through pain, you don't go through, you know, the different stages of life, but you don't have to suffer when you're going through that. You know, pain is inevitable, happiness is inevitable, but suffering is optional. At least emotional suffering is optional, that you'll see here. And that's what we teach in the whole gamut of the energy awareness training, how to deal with this. But let me give you a piece right now to deal with it. Okay, so How did you guys do when you were sitting in there for 2 minutes and you're trying not to think of anything? Anything come up? Hello, hey David, welcome. Barbara, hey Barbara, glad you're here. Okay, probably what came up for you is the thoughts increased. You sit here quietly, the thoughts are increasing. That's not what we want. We want the thoughts to decrease, not to increase. Well, if you're going to want the thoughts to decrease, you've got to get out of the zone where the low vibration energy thoughts are the strongest. So I have a saying that says, energy flows where attention goes. So if my attention consciously or unconsciously is in my head and I'm thinking, oh yeah, what about this? Yeah, what about that? My energy is blocked. Okay, and when your energy is blocked, what are you going to do? You're going to move into low vibration energy. You're going to move into the place you don't want. So first thing that we do is we change the location from my head. When I'm about to meditate, I get out of my head and I change my focus to my lower body. I actually imagine that my point of concentration is at my center point. What's your center point? It's the bottom part of your spine, where the right between your first and second chakras. You know, I'm putting my consciousness down there. Why am I putting my consciousness down here? Why am I putting it down here and down here? Because when I open up my lower body, opening up my lower body opens up all of the energy. It ignites the energies to move from head to toe, right? So it causes the energy to circulate. When I'm down here, the energy circulates. When I'm up here, the energy is stuck and static. And again, I remind you, it's like water. I put water in a cup and a glass here. Put water in the glass here. Okay, and I leave this glass here for a couple of weeks. What happens to it? It gets dirty, bugs floating in it, dust, all kinds of stuff. Why? Because the energy's not moving. But if you use the example of a river or a lake or a faucet, we drink out of that. Why? Because the energy's moving, the water's moving, and it keeps it clean. So you've got to be able to keep your energy clean. If you want maximum health, let's just go for the gusto. If you want maximum health, maximum health, think about this for a second. Everybody tries to eat right? Everybody tries to exercise. Everybody tries to stay away from, toxic energies, electricity or Wi-Fi or any of the stuff that's not good for us. We're all constantly trying to stay healthy. The number one thing that affects your health, number one, is the energy that you're flowing, the energy that you're giving off, whether it's in love and happiness and peace, or whether you're in fear and doubt. You can eat all the health foods in the world and meditate and do yoga and eat greens and be a vegan, whatever your health choice is. But if you're still running low vibration energy, if you're still dealing with constant anxiety, stress, and worry, that's the number one thing that can upset your health. That's the number one health danger that we have. Because I was just talking to a doctor at the one of the Passover Seders I went to, and we both agreed that according to the National Institute of Health, the number one cause of ill health, whether it's physical or emotional, is some form of stress that's expanding. Stress, anxiety, worry, fear. So this is how to turn yourself to go over from low vibration over to high vibration energy. Now, so first thing is we get out of our head, we go to our center point. Next thing that we do is we feel our lower body. Now this all happens before we even start the meditation process. We feel our lower body. We feel the floor underneath our feet. We feel the chair underneath our butt. We feel our hands on our legs. Now I've made a major shift. I'm out of my head and I'm concentrating in my lower body. Okay, first thing. Now notice we haven't started meditating yet. But what we have done is we've gotten out of the danger zone and we've gotten into our lower body. Cool. Now, what I want to do is I want to shift my thinking. I want to take all the thinking process in here and I want to visualize it going into the ground 10 feet to the left. Just all this. You've heard me use the elevator. Well, let's do it. Okay, close your eyes for a second. Listen to the thoughts. Thinking, 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 thinking. Okay, imagine that you have an elevator in your head. And imagine that you could push all that thinking into the elevator. Push it on, push it in, push it in, push it in. Close the elevator doors and visualize that thought, all that yak in your head, moving down your body, down your chest, down your stomach, down your legs, down your feet, and going into the ground 10 feet. That's where the elevator stops. That's the bottom floor. So we're out of our head. We're out of our head now, and we're concentrating on our center point, right around between the bottom part of our spine and our belly button, right in that whole area. Those of you who are martial artists know that that's the power place, to develop enormous energy power in your martial arts. Okay? All right. So when I'm teaching somebody energy awareness meditation, I make sure that these things are happening. Now, the LVE, the low vibration energy, doesn't want this. It wants you to stay in your head. So you've got to have a determination. You can't be lackadaisical when you want to meditate. You've got to go, I'm doing this. I'm doing this now. So I've got my consciousness at my center point. I'm feeling the floor underneath my feet, keeping my head up. All right, now, one other thing I'm going to add to this, and that is the energetic breath, a certain way of breathing. I've taught this before. Let me review it very quickly. The ability to breathe through your nose for the count of 6, hold for the count of 3, and then exhale for the count of 6. Through the mouth, nice and loud. So inhale for the count of 6. Hold for the count of 3. Exhale loudly through the mouth for the count of 6. Get all the air out. Good. Then pause for a moment. Now, that moment that you pause will touch the high vibration energy. So after you take a breath, that pause is going to increase all the good stuff that we want, the peace, the joy, the bliss, just for a moment. And I'm going to say to you, go in the gap between the thoughts, the gap between the thoughts, the space between the thoughts, or the space between the words. Space, the ability to move out into a place of peace, of expanding space, of silence. And it's an activity. When I'm at that place, even if it's just for a couple of seconds, I'm going to be receiving high vibrational energy. I'm going to become more calm. I'm going to become more happy. I'm going to be more at peace. All the good stuff, I'm going to get it. You're going to get it. Now, it's not going to be long before the low vibration energy says, hey, what are you doing here? Hey, go. Like, okay, expect it. I want you to expect it, not resist it, expect it, that's going to happen, okay? So as I do that, as I'm in that place, mind's quiet for a few minutes, for a few moments, few seconds actually, quiet. Here comes the thoughts, yak. Oh, okay, the disturbance is coming. All I need to do is just take a quick breath. Not necessarily energetic breath, just a quick breath. And that's a reboot. The breath, because the breath moves energy. When energy moves, low vibration energy is dissolved. So when you're moving energy, the low vibration energy dissolves. That's why you feel so good after you exercise, or after you take a cold shower, or after you do some activity that you love. You're moving, energy is moving. And when energy is moving, it moves into high vibrational energy. When energy's not moving, when you're kind of like, ugh, you notice the difference? People, when you're moving, when the energy's moving, you're feeling good. When you're not feeling good, your energy's not moving. It's kind of like, ugh. And you're sourced in your head. And your head is where all the chatter's going on. Okay? Giving you gold, people. This is one of the lessons that I teach in energy awareness training, but I wanted to give you a snapshot here, just to give you the tools so you can work on them in your development. Okay, so energetic breath. Inhale for the count of 6 for the nose, hold for the count of 3, exhale loudly for the mouth for the count of 6. Shh. Okay, now when we do that, I'm just going to have you do that. For you beginners, I'm just going to have you do that 7 times. I'm going to lead you in the exercise now 7 times. If you guys have been doing this for a while, then enjoy the exercise with me. All right, so here we go. Let me lead you in this. So go ahead and close your eyes. Remember, you've evacuated all the thoughts out of your head. They're into the ground, 12 feet. I want you to focus your attention just below your belly button, between your first and second chakras, if you know that terminology. Bottom part of your spine, we're going to call that the center point. Okay? Nice. Now I want you to feel the floor underneath your feet. Feel your legs. Be aware of the chair. Be aware of the floor underneath your feet. Be aware of your lower body. That's going to help you tremendously cut down the thought process. All right, now here's the last thing. Remember I said breathe through the nose? Well, I want you to imagine that your nose is just below your belly button. It's down by your center point, because I want you to breathe from down there. Okay, that's our center of operations. That's our high vibration energy headquarters down there. That's where we want to breathe from. All right, so here we go. Let's tune into your center point. Imagine that your nose is there. And let's take a full body energetic breath, and let's breathe all the way down to your feet. Okay, not just up here. Breathe low. So we have a full body breath. We have the breath going from both places. Okay, all right, here we go. Tune into your center point. Imagine that your nose is there, and breathe. Inhale slowly. 1 through the nose. 2, 3. Breathe low. 4, 5. All the way down to your feet. 6. Fill up the lungs with air. Hold it for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale loudly through the mouth. Shh. Get all the air out. Pause. Take a normal breath. And just be still. Be aware just for a couple of seconds. Go into the gap between the thoughts. Just touch the gap between the thoughts. That's right. Okay, let's take another energetic breath. That quick, when you're starting out, just that quick, the ability to go into that place of peace just for, 5 seconds. Great start. Here we go again. Tune into your center point. Feel the floor underneath your feet. Imagine that your nose is there, and let's take a full body energetic breath. Here we go. Inhales for the count of 6 slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Big breath. Hold it for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale for the count of 6 through the mouth. Shh. Get all the air out. And don't blow your wad. Don't go shh like that. Gradually for 6 seconds, move the air out. Okay, get all the air out. Okay, pause. Take a normal breath, and let's move into the gap between the thoughts here for about 5 seconds. Just be still, be aware, embrace the silence. Here we go. Okay, you may notice thoughts starting to creep up. Okay, good. 5 seconds is all we need right here for you beginners. Okay, go back into your center point. Let's go into the energetic breath. Here we go. And begin. Inhale 1 through the nose. 2, 3 for the count of 6. 4, 5, 6. Fill up the lungs with air. Hold it for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get all the air out. Good. Now pause. Take a normal breath and just move into the gap, the silence, the stillness. And see how long you can stay there before the thoughts start trying to take over. Here we go. Silence. For most beginners, that's about the time when the thoughts start coming in again. No problem. We're touching, every time we touch this place, and even if we have 5 seconds of stillness and space, that's building our meditation. Okay, let's do 3 more of these. Here we go. Tune into your center point. Imagine that your nose is there. Feel the floor underneath your feet. Let's take a full body breath and begin. Inhale slowly. 1, breathe low. 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down to your feet. 6, fill up the lungs there. Hold it for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale loudly through the mouth. Good. Get all the air out. Normal breath. Pause. Be still. Be aware. Move into the gap between the thoughts. Keep your head up. That's right. Good. Okay. That's about the average. Between 5 and 10 seconds is about what people who are new to meditation can hold before the thoughts come in. Even if it's 5 seconds or 3 seconds, you're still making progress. The ability to be able to be silent and present for 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds starts opening up. It starts opening up the high vibrational energies. Okay, 2 more of these. Here we go. Tune into your center point. Feel the floor underneath your feet. Close your eyes. See if you can visualize the energies moving all the way down your body and all the way up your body at the same time. Here we go. Tune into your center point. Imagine that your nose is there. Full body breath and begin. Inhale. 1, slowly. 2, breathing through the nose. 3, 4, 5, 6. Big breath. Fill up the lungs there. Hold it for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Get all the air out. Normal breath. Pause. Be still. Be aware. Move into the gap between the thoughts. That's right. Doing great. Notice how your ability to stay in presence and in silence is expanding with each repetition that we do. Beautiful. See, right here and right now in the quiet, we're touching the peace. We're touching the high vibrational energy. Nice. Nice. Okay. 1 more. Here we go. Tune into your center point. Feel the floor underneath your feet. And let's take an energetic breath. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Big breath. Hold for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale and let go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get all the air out. Good. Pause. Be still. Be aware. And let's take 1 minute. See if you can, 1 minute. Let's see how quiet your mind is. Okay, go into the stillness now. In fact, let's take 1 more energetic breath. And at the end of this, we're gonna just hang out in this quiet and this stillness for 1 minute. Okay, again, tune into your center point. Imagine that your nose is there. Energetic breath. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Big breath. Fill up the lungs there. Hold it for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3. Nice and loud. 4, 5, 6. Get all the air out. Good. Now let's just take 1 minute and sit in silence and in presence and absorb the high vibrational energy. We're moving into the gap between the thoughts, the stillness, the space behind the words. Put your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Relax your shoulders. And let's be still. 1 minute, begin. You're doing great. Okay, stay in presence, stay in the stillness and the silence. And we're going to go for another minute. And you're going to hear me ring these handbells. And every time you hear the handbell, let it remind you to go back into silence. Okay, I'm going to do this a few times. So as you're meditating and you're hanging out, notice the thoughts are going to try to take you out. And whenever you hear let that bring you back into that place of quiet, that place of silence. Okay, here we go. Move into the stillness. Take a breath. Exhale. And move out into the peace. Move out into the stillness, into the quiet. Excellent. You're doing great. Doing great. Let's take an energetic breath now. Tune into your center point. Imagine that your nose is there. Full body breath. And begin. Inhale. 1. Breathe low. 2, 3. Breathing through the nose. 4, 5, 6. Big breath. Hold it for the count of 3. Get ready to release with the mouth. 1, 2, 3. Nice and loud. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Good. And just notice how you feel right now. Using the breaths, you should be moving into a very nice state now, especially for you beginners. You're accessing another frequency, another dimension, another place. And this is the place of peace. It's the place of high vibrational energy. It's always available to you. It's always here to rejuvenate you, to cleanse you, to energize you. Let's take one more energetic breath. Here we go. Tune into your center point. Imagine that your nose is there. Feel the floor underneath your feet. And breathe. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Big breath over the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Nice and loud. Beautiful. Beautiful. Excellent. Okay. Good. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I reach number 3, I'm going to have everybody come back in full waking consciousness with your eyes open, feeling good as we get ready to adjourn. Go ahead and start coming back. Number 1, feel the floor underneath your feet. 2, feel a chair underneath your seat, coming back. Full waking consciousness, feeling fantastic. Number 3. Okay. That was a 8-hour meditation course in less than an hour with all the essentials. Every one of these things that I taught you is a class on itself. The ability to direct and move energy, class by itself. The ability to recognize the energies that want to help you and recognize the energies that want to harm you, that's a class in itself. The ability, the importance of moving in between the gap between the thoughts and that space, that's a whole understanding. But you've got the basics. In other words, you're either in love and happiness and joy, or you're in fear and worry and anxiety. Either one of the two. You're either in one of the two. Now, when you do something like this meditation, and this is simple. I have 10 levels of this meditation that we go through. And there are ways to be able to fly and go into bliss and go into amazing creative places, because when you're tapping into this energy, when you're tapping into this high vibrational energy, this energy is unlimited. It contains all possibilities. It's super creative. It's the energy field that all creativity comes from. So this is what you're tapping into when you're doing the meditation process. The low vibration energy wants to pull you down, doesn't want you to go into this place. It wants to go, no, don't go up there. Think about this. No, don't go. Think about that. So the breath, the energetic breath is a simple breath, but it's a tool that I built energy awareness training on, because there's so many things you can do with that breath. You can use the breath to get you into a high vibration state of mind. You can use the breath to accelerate great states of high vibration energy. You can use the breath to cleanse. You can use the breath to cleanse out the low vibration energy that you don't want. So many things you can do with that breath. But at least if you're new to my work, at least you'll be able to use it. I recommend assignment. Do 10 energetic breaths a day in just the way that I taught you. 10 energetic breaths a day, so you learn how to move your energy, to move it out, bring it down. Move the energy out and bring it back down here. I'll tell you, when you're energetically trained, you're able to see things that normal people can't see. You're able to have things that most people don't have, an awareness, a wisdom, a knowingness, and consequently that enables you to do things that other people can't do, because you're able to be aware of how the energy works. Remember, energy has energy, thoughts, feelings, emotions, motivations, internal, external, has a power, has a purpose, has a frequency, has a direction, and it gives off information. So you're in these energy fields everywhere you go. When you're dealing with people, whatever you're about to do, we're in an energy field right now. Isn't it a great one? It's a high vibration energy field full of happiness, of joy, of peace, of love, of gratitude, of oneness. That's high vibrational energy. And we want to break out of the bonds and the slavery of low vibration energy. So it's perfect that it's Passover today. And we're leaving, as I mentioned, if you didn't catch it early in the broadcast, the analogy of leaving Egypt, leaving the slavery of Egypt. And Egypt represents the low vibration energy, the fears, the worries, the doubts that we have, whatever stuff that's holding us back or whatever ruts we're in. If you're in any kind of a rut or any kind of thing that's holding you back that you haven't been able to overcome, it's because you haven't worked on the energy around it. Okay, so this is why energy awareness training is so powerful in making rapid change with people. Can make change and can change energy that quick. Whereas people have been, myself included, trying for years and years to overcome this challenge and overcome this thing and overcome this thought, etc. When you clean your energy and when you change your energy, you clean and you change your life. It's that simple. It's the most powerful technology I've ever experienced, and that's why I'm sharing it with you. Okay, let me just go over comments one more time. If anybody has anything that they wanted to add. Hey, Christian, you made it here. We're just about to adjourn. Barbara, thank you for being with us here. Cindy, how are you doing? One of my favorite people. All of you. So this is the capsule of meditation. I hope you guys have learned why it's so important, the mechanics of how meditation works, how energy has everything to do with it. So if you're one of these people that say, I can never learn how to meditate, I just can't do it. Well, now you have no more excuses, because if you're able to touch 5 seconds of peace and bliss, if your mind is able to go quiet for 5 seconds, then it can go quiet for 10. And if it can go quiet for 10 seconds, it can go quiet for 30 seconds. And if it can go quiet for 30 seconds, it can go quiet for a minute. And if it can go quiet for a minute, it can go quiet for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, etc. So you're in a wonderful place and a wonderful journey here. Okay, just want to mention a couple of things before we adjourn here, is that I'll be doing another Facebook Live energy awareness training at 7:30 tonight, 7:30 Pacific time, and I'm going to be talking about our stories and our history. And all of us have histories and stories, and we live with that story and we live with our history every single day. And all of us have stuff in that history that represents low vibration energy. So, but my question is that history and that the history, that our own personal history or our story, is it helping us or is it hurting us? Is it causing us to get in the way of what we want? You're going to be surprised as we talk about that tonight, and the importance of finding whatever in our story creates us to feel like victims, or that we were done wrong, or that we're carrying around a 50-pound cannonball with us. You're going to be really clarify on that tonight here, and we're going to shift that. And I'm going to show you how we use energetic awareness training to shift and dissolve all the stuff that still wants to haunt us and still wants to bring us down. So that's tonight, 7:30 here. If you want to catch me, I'm on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel here, Energy Awareness Training or Glenn Ackerman. I'm on Instagram, and of course I'm on Facebook here. If you want to go to a website, check out energizawareness-secrets.com. Energizawareness-secrets.com. We've got, if you like what we're hearing here, I have some basic courses there that you can learn that expand more on the principles that we're talking about, and you can get some basic, or you can get some more advanced stuff going there too. So Energy Awareness Secrets, Energy Awareness secrets.com. Okay, Mo, you made it. Glad you're here. We're just signing off to say goodbye here. What we've done tonight, for those who, we had a whole bunch of people who just came on, probably just coming back from church or your Easter celebrations. What we've done here is we've examined meditation. We've examined it from an energy awareness perspective, and I hope that you're able to see that the normal way people teach meditation is pretty tough, and most people, be honest with you, I think that the numbers are 8 out of 10 people who learn meditation don't follow through with it because it's tough, because there's these factors going on. Well, we explained in today's broadcast what those factors are, how they work, and how you can overcome that. And even if you start a meditation practice that's just, hey, you start with 5 minutes a day, great. That's better than nothing, and it'll start to go. In energy awareness training, we have a whole module of how to meditate, and I do. This is the basic meditation. There's advanced meditations where you learn how to clean your low vibration energies first before you start going higher, and that's something I'm probably going to talk about in a future class, because it's, as I mentioned, in our energy bodies, they constantly are catching low vibration energies, anxiety, worry, stress, because it's a new day. There's new things to deal with, new things to quote worry about or deal with, and we want to make sure that those things are cleansed and cleared. You've got to clean, just like I mentioned. You clean your body every day. You've got to clean your energy every day if you want to be the healthiest you can be, the happiest you can be, because there's these two energies, as I mentioned. You know, one of them wants to make you happy and healthy and fulfilled and keep you on the train to be your full potential self. And this other energy we're dealing with wants to block that, wants to create chaos and confusion and disruption. And your ability to recognize these energies internally as well as externally is to the degree that you can see clearly the different traps that there are in life. And we all know there's a lot of booby traps in this life because we've fallen for them and we've stepped in them a lot. Well, when you're energetically aware, you can see the booby traps well before you're ready to step in them, and you can protect yourself and just feel good. And that's the purpose of all this, is just to feel good and to have that bliss internally. Yes, the purpose of energy awareness training is to end emotional suffering in our lifetime, to teach the skills, the training and the tools for you to be able to manage your energy, for you to be able to dislodge the low vibration energy, dislodge it and dissolve it, and then create more of the things you really want: happiness, joy, peace, blessings. And when you energize and you're in that energy frequency, the people around you are going to be there too, because again, we're energetic sending and receiving machines. And today we just want to send out love. We just want to send out blessings and happiness and joy. So that's going to do it for me this morning. We're going to be having this broadcast going to be repeated on my Facebook page. So if you came in late and you didn't get the first part, I think it'll be probably later in today. So just check out my my site or my Facebook page, Glenn Ackerman, and it'll be on this. Okay. I want to wish everybody a very happy holiday. Everybody a big hug, love, blessings, happiness, and joy to you and your family. May you have a blessed day and a blessed week. And I'll see you back here tonight, 7:30. We're going to be talking about our personal history and our personal stories. So if you have a personal history, a personal story, and doesn't everyone, you're going to want to hear the broadcast at 7:30 tonight. So thanks to everybody. Appreciate it. Lots of love. Bye for now.